And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
You said what?
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel.
We're gonna be going
These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Marshall now, the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here's Goff now on second down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing on third, Goff. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he'll go on the ground. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there incomplete.
And he was about to throw the pick. He was throwing to the tight end.
Before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Rams have got it back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
3rd and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And
Just
he's
'cause
going
you're
to take
jumping,
this
you
one
just
across
finish eating, stop
midfield
jumping.
and into Ram territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw here. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Close it then.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. That's Vaughn. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 34. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows? To throw on 2nd down is gone. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct? I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
New York set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Good, good. Good, good. Back to 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Yeah. The catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yep. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So, yeah. What are you doing in the bathroom?
After the penalty, a fresh
yeah, stop playing and then get up. I beat you.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone.
Oh my. How do you overthrow a wide open player? Oh my God, that was a walk-on touchdown.
The things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Goff again. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Like, that was a walk-on touchdown.
There to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the gun. Goff. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Don't put your hands down there.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Giant. Now as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this well.
I knew he was running that way, moved the whole line that way, and I got stuck. Oh my God. Should have been a tackle for a loss.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control
no
that
hands
edge.
down there.
Get out there. You want that left tackle. You bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, man, this. Hold it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A very nice
pass. That was a fast pass.
33 yards.
Right in between the both of them.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's the inside zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
And that gets stuck again. You have to see his plays and call his plays, but
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one is right through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Done.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Pretty move. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's gone. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Vaughn. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. On second down, here's Goff.
Bad pass.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now Gurley. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you can just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he's trying to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 319. 319.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely.
How did you miss an easy tackle from loss of yards?
Not just the first catch, first target. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll drop the throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. After the interception, here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, Goff. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Goff. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. from the red zone now. Goff. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So that one will be accepted. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From the gun, here's Goff.
Yo, the touchdown. I had it.
Waist and push down.
Oh, I had it.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Set. 319. 319.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, got three. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage.
Go brush your teeth. We're going to be getting ready to get out of here.
Penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Here's Goff now on second down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes
just go brush your teeth.
do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's nothing available there for him.
Yes, Talia. I'm just going to make sure she don't touch the toilet.
And they'll run it here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Back to throw here. They got a man. It's Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Line of scrimmage.
She can touch the sink, just don't let her touch the toilet.
Up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll
brush your teeth, Talia.
right around the 37.
All right, go wash your face and then come here so I can get you dressed.
Only a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side, it's
How did you not turn around for that hit?
Well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
That was so easy.
A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his second touchdown of the season. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Marshall now, the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
It's still playing
getting set to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw on 2nd down is gone. He's going to float this over the... That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9.
So Leon, get out the bathroom.
All the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Let's go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Talia,
for his running back, and he's
slamming the door.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sorry, Daddy. Daddy.
Go get your clothes so you can take your clothes off.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56.
Daddy.
Lucky
Can I
56.
put my underwear on? Okay, can you put my underwear on?
Drop to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here we go now.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
You got Pete, come in. He's in your pocket. You got Pete.
Senior pop, Rally, senior pop, pop, pop.
Come here, come sit. You got a P.
6
You
yards
might
was the
stop
pickup
it.
on the last
You get
completion,
pow.
so here's 2nd and 4.
We'll be in the road.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for it, and Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Sit.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete
Blitz is starting
pass.
to get there. Jesus.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Goff now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he's on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Give me Jalen's close.
Look at his clothes.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Rams on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Goff. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big run there by Gurley. 43 yards on the ground.
Just digging in your butt.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
I'm coming, Papa, I'm coming.
Here's Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams add on to their lead.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point.
Give me the leg.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Mom's coming?
Mommy's sleep. Mommy's tired. Mommy worked today. So she's tired. So let me rest for a little bit. When I'm done getting you guys all
the
dressed up.
kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at that. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Thank you.
The secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Yes, ma'am. No. That's clean. Yeah, I'm going to put on Riley's son.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got this one complete to Perriman.
Killing me with
First
drive.
play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust. You need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Good job.
Over the middle, it's Woods.
That triples.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Stop, Riley.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Give me that.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking again in the direction of Woods. That'll bring up second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old
Gonna
coach's
open
voice
it and sit
ringing
down.
in my ears right now. You
Sit
can't
down,
run
sit
with
down.
the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Right on them damn drag routes.
Management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Wait, it's good.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Point after, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's Goff now on second down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Super 66.
Gone. And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Touchdown, LA. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Rams add on to their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Belly, come on. Belly, Bill.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down.
I should have realized that. He's killing me with that slant route, and then Ingram, he was like 300 yards right now, probably.
25. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. It's so close.
All I've been getting killed with all games, them ugly drags. I can't stop it. I ain't even mad at you if you keep doing it all games. I can't stop it.
A little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't...
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Point after, right down the middle. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining.
Stop that game. Drag her out.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could
like
to try and get
300
the
passing yards
with
Everson Ingram up that drag.
Only option.
This shit.
And now,
sure we'll see each other in the playoffs again. Bro.
The Rams
I was gonna tank, not make the
lead.
playoffs, but I'm gonna make the playoffs now.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for L.A., their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Giants, We'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Killing me in them drags with these two guys right here. Couldn't stop it for shit. And he kept on blitzing, so I had 2 easy wide open touchdowns that golf overthrew you. You could have had like 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. He blitzed at me. No safety over the top, and he left you wide open twice. Golf overthrew you twice. Alright, time to get ready to head out with you guys. I'm just gonna enjoy this day before it starts raining.